Hello, my gaggle of ghouls and ghasts, and welcome to Kitschy's Shop for Eclectic Curiosities, where we cast aside the mundane and plunge headfirst into the mystical realm of the supernatural. This is a place of enigmas, oddities, and the unexplained. Your presence here signifies that you've dared to venture into the darkest depths of curiosity. And now you stand on the precipice of exploration into the chilling arcane horrors concealed within. I am Kitschy, your host and guide through this bewildering labyrinth of the bizarre and the uncanny. But I am not alone on this otherworldly journey. Our cast for today includes Russell.
Hi, I'm Russell.
Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex.
Jeff.
Hi, I'm Jeff.
And Kai.
Hi, I'm actually Russell.
Hey! These are the extraordinarily brave souls who have chosen to delve into the cryptic secrets hidden within today's story. Brace yourselves for an unparalleled adventure, one teeming with riddles, shadows, and the ever-encroaching darkness. Beware, for the line between our own reality and the fantastical realms of this tale often blurs in this peculiar domain. So, my dear witnesses, join us as we peer into a story that touches on the loss of innocence within the shadowed corners of Kitschy's Shop for Eclectic Curiosities. Kitschy's Shop is an actual playcast with violent themes and adult language. Audience discretion is advised. Today's episode may include crude language, heavy violence, and intense gore. Today's episode will also be raising money for the Black Trans Advocacy Coalition, the charity selected by our players today. All donations will go toward this cause. The National Black Trans Advocacy Coalition is the only social justice organization led by Black trans people to collectively address the inequities faced in the Black transgender human experience. The National Black Trans Advocacy Coalition works with communities in the U.S. and across the globe to foster diversity, inclusion, and equality for all people, and is led by the Black Trans Men Incorporated, Black Trans Women Incorporated, and Black Trans MX nonprofit organizations. So players, are you prepared to venture into the uncharted and wholeheartedly embrace the enigmatic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
Is anyone ever ready?
Then let the journey commence! Welcome, kids, to your idyllic weekend retreat at Bluebell Cabin in Hallow Woods. The carriage ride through this tranquil forest is the beginning of an unforgettable weekend. You've packed the beers, swimsuits, and a whole lot of bug spray. The forest surrounds you, its towering trees forming a lush canopy that filters the sunlight into a gentle golden glow on the forest floor. A soft, cool breeze rustles the leaves, creating a soothing, melodic whisper that wells through the forest. Your carriage moves along a winding, moss-covered path, its wheels rolling over the soft earth, occasionally encountering the gentle resistance of small pebbles. Inhale deeply, and you'll catch the earthy scent of pine and the sweet fragrance of wildflowers. mingling to create a harmonious blend of nature's perfumes. Keep watch, for the forest occasionally reveals its secrets. A flash of an elegant deer gracefully bounding through the underbrush, or the rustling of a playful squirrel leaping from branch to branch. As you venture deeper into Hallow Woods, the pressures of school and life in the city fall away, leaving you with a profound sense of tranquility. This journey through our enchanting forest is but a prelude to the weekend that awaits you at Bluebell Cabin. All right, so I'm going to have each of you go around and introduce your characters that you will be playing this evening. And we will go in the same order that I introduced you. So starting with Russell, who are you playing today?
I am playing Barb. It sounded like Bob. A turtle artificer. She is the quote unquote quirky girl of the group. I picture her like really short, squat, wearing glasses. She doesn't have any hair, so she wears like colorful bandanas instead. And then her shell is very pristine, and she has like what can only be described as like all these little like satchels and pouches just all over her shell with all these just in case things like a first aid kit, bug spray, some crystals, in case you need to cleanse the vibes, etc.
Gorgeous. And Alex.
I will be playing Yara. She tends to be on the preppier side of stereotypes. She can be considered very shallow, quite facetious, and generally is worried about her looks and how she can get what she wants above all else. Still somehow fits in caring heart for her friends amongst all that. But yeah, she's here.
Nice. And what is she wearing today?
She's wearing very chic, like equivalent of, Renaissance Lululemon for outdoors. It's quite chic, as one would say, and
It's fashion.
she's fashionable, quite fashionable.
Gorgeous. And Jeff.
Yeah, hi, I am playing Yak, the jock. Surprise. Golden Retriever energy. More on like the swim team soccer player side of being a jock. Kind of jock with a heart of gold. Yeah, that's the one.
And is Yak half elf? Is that correct?
Yeah. He's a half elf monk. That's very
Half-elf
important.
monk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Did
what's
we
Yak's
cover? Yeah, what's his jump step? I have one guess.
I don't know. What could it be? He's doing his best.
Kai, who are you going to be playing today?
Hello. I am
with the
playing.
bass.
I am playing Benny Stone, who is a human druid. They are the oldest one in the group. Y'all would call them a pothead. I would call them educated in the ways of herbs.
Liberated, darling.
Liberated, and that's essentially it. He's sweet. He has a heart. He also has a heart of gold in a sense. Cares about his friends, but cares about his weed more. And he is wearing a Baja shirt and some very hippie trousers. Yeah, and he is perpetually in a state of haze because he's perpetually high. Yeah.
Beautiful. And with you, you have one other friend, because you all are all friends. Their name is TJ. They're like that angsty teen that has to be involved in like everything, make sure everyone knows that they care about shit, like the environment and the world, but then they kind of just hate everything at the same time.
Yes, the angry
yeah.
bisexual that every friend group needs.
The angry bisexual. So TJ's with you. They are wearing a graphic t-shirt and a flannel with a leather jacket, and they have like a copious amount of safety pins that are, they meant them to look very like punk and like, yeah, I just jabbed a bunch of safety pins into shit. But it's very intricate and way too methodical to give off that vibe that it almost just is like a cute little artsy pattern. So, yeah. And anything that you're doing while you are making your way to Bluebell Cabin? Any tunes that you got going?
Oh.
Has
Did Yara
anyone
pay for this carriage?
Well, I mean, she didn't pay for it, but she had the money to pay for it,
Well,
if you know what I mean.
then I imagine it has an 8-track or something, you know?
It's playing lute and roll, punk lute music.
Punk loot.
And that's when you cue the bard core.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She's a big fan of bardcore.
I really
to
think
a lot of
Yak
concerts.
would be incorrectly identifying every animal we see on the way.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So like, what's that?
Oh, that is a blue-horned flappeldanger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Flapper Dango. Right on.
Yeah.
On. Yeah.
Yuck, they don't even have horns. How is it a blue horned anything?
It just is. I didn't make the name.
Guys, if they want to name themselves with horns, let them name themselves with horns. Like, it is what it is.
Maybe the horns are like on the inside. You know?
Yeah, like here I thought they were just called Blue Jays, but I don't know. You sound right. Anyways, what's everybody looking forward to this weekend?
Well,
Go ahead.
well, I'm certainly looking forward to getting my tan on. And, pretty much just lounging around.
Shit, you tan?
Yeah.
It's not really good for your skin.
That's okay. I have a cream for that.
Oh. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
What about you, Benny? I'm sure you're into so much interesting things, right?
Benny is going to be taking a puff out of their wooden vape. I'm just excited to hang out with my closest friends. I have a couple of shrooms that I want to try while I'm in this cabin. I just want to feel nature, and just be with my friends. I'm just excited. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And bring anything to share? Like, can I get some of that, Benny?
Yeah, you just can't go crazy like you did last time. I can't have you stealing someone's money again.
Hey, that was them. That's on them. No, I am not gonna elaborate.
But yeah, I'll share with you all.
Oh, I'm good. I prefer edibles. Gotta keep the lungs healthy.
No shit. Really? Wow, I did not expect that from you, Barb.
Yeah, what do you think I do before I brew all my potions? Pop an Eddie.
Damn, you grow me every day. Surprising.
Uh,
Did you hear that?
I
Did
still
you
low-key
hear?
hate you, but I'll take the compliment.
Okay. I don't blame you.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know. I'm ready to I don't know, crack open a beer, maybe play a game or two. This has been a hella cramped ride.
Yeah, it's so weird we heard about this from a dog.
what? No,
Well,
this was
he's
my daddy's playmates, uncles, sons, daughters, teachers, ex-best friends' place.
yeah, but aren't they a dog?
Actually, I've never met them. I don't know.
Wait, we heard about this from a dog? I thought we heard about this from my auntie's sister's niece's boss. You know. Wow. That's
Yeah,
really
but
trippy,
they're a
man.
dog. That's
I
what I've
mean,
been telling
hey.
you all. You know, this goes levels, you know?
Yeah. Yak, what did you call the dog? What was it? The breed?
Oh, it was a silver lidded Spaniard.
Spaniard a little.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so creative. Yeah.
It's really interesting because it was all black, so
yeah. Well, it's like the insides of the eyelids, I think. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You are just so smart. You know so much information.
I mean, like my mom's always saying that.
Yuck, you can't just keep giving incorrect adjectives to animals and pretending they're on the inside of the animal that we can't see.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
let's just say it's a good thing you're pretty.
You think I'm pretty?
Shut up.
Okay.
Yeah, princess. You think
Is Yak sitting by
Yak's pretty?
the door?
I want to hear more about this. This sounds interesting. Tell me more.
Listen, TJ, why don't you go get a stick and poke tattoo?
Oh, I did bring my kit. Would you be interested?
No, the needle wouldn't go through some of my scales.
Fair.
I'll
Guess
be
we'll have to
down
get
for one.
a razor or something, right? Yeah. Oh, Benny? Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Start thinking up a design.
I already know what I want. I want a moon that's dressed as a dog.
A
Yeah.
moon dressed as a dog. Okay. You might wanna start drinking now.
All right, cool. I will. And I grab
Yeah.
a beer,
A
and
bear.
I just start
Oh,
drinking.
but
Yeah, and I just start drinking it. And as I'm doing that, yeah, no, that's it. I just drink.
it's about this time where the carriage is approaching the cabin. You can hear that it hits some gravel and begins to slow down before it reaches a stop. As you look out the window of the carriage, you see a pretty typical wooden cabin sitting in the clearing in the woods. There's these tall trees that tower around in kind of a circular shape that has been cleared out. And they bend inwards as if watching over the cabin. There's a sloping roof that is covered in old brown leaves, which hangs over a small porch, where you can see an old rocking chair creaking in the breeze. The structure of wood and brick is clearly old, but well maintained. And then there is a nearby log shed that from here you can see that it's fully stocked. The front porch apparently has been swept. And there's these cute little gingham curtains that hang in the windows. It looks inviting, warm. And there's a faint smell of smoke in the breeze. rich and acrid.
Ben, did you light up something besides weed?
Nah, man, not yet. But let me know when you want it.
Well, I guess we're here. Like, this is way dingier than I thought it would be.
No, this is Dinge Core. I get the vibe. It's like
Let
destroyed,
up, princess.
but like, yeah.
It's like a fucking palace. Damn.
Yeah, like last one in's a rotten flapper, right? And Yak's gonna run for the door.
All right. So you make your way up to the front door, and it is unlocked. It swings open to reveal the main area beyond the front door. It's a pretty standard cabin. There's a small table over to the right. There's a small sitting area around a campfire to the left. There's some bookshelves with some leftover selections, some classics, an encyclopedia or two. Pretty much whatever anybody didn't want to take home with them has just been left behind. You do notice that there are candles and lanterns situated around this space. And in the center of the room, there is a hatch in the floor, potentially leading down to the basement. Over to the right, you can see a hallway that leads down to what you could assume to be bedrooms. And there is a bearskin rug between one of the bedrooms and the kitchen. All of the furniture is well worn, but looks like it has been loved over the years. Battered armchairs and walls that are covered with stuffed head mounts of all kinds of creatures. It feels cozy in a rustic sort of way.
Okay, but Barb goes over to the bookcase. What two letters of the encyclopedia did they leave behind?
It is N and QR.
Oh, all right, all right. They just scooped the sides, left the middle.
Ben walks around and just checks out some of the rooms.
Yeah, so the floorboards creak beneath your footsteps as you make your way down the hallway, peeking in each of the rooms. There are 3 bedrooms in total. One with 2 beds pushed together quite close, another where the beds are separated, and a third room with just a single, all in its lonesome. There is a bathroom at the end of the hallway. You do peek in and check that out with a little water basin and a small chamber pot.
Does Ben faces the group. Yo, do anyone want to share a room with me? There's not that many bedrooms, and I'd be down to share,
I call the single. TJ yells out from behind, and you can see that they've already grabbed their duffel bag from the caravan and started lugging it inside. They drag it across the floor of the living room.
Cool. What about y'all? What about y'all 3? Anyone want to share a room with me?
I think I'll stay in my own room. You don't have to worry about me.
Can't, princess. Already claimed.
It's okay. I'll sleep on the couch.
That couch does look super cozy. Only has a couple spiders coming out of it.
Barb panically walks over to the couch and drops a vial on it. And I cast Create Bonfire on the center of the couch.
Barb, what are you doing?
Oh
Oh,
my
that's
god.
weird. I was supposed to clean it.
So
Is there like something?
there's
I
a
put the
raging
fire out
inferno
with?
in the cabin right now.
Oh, I guess so.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, here, let me put it out. I'll throw some
Gee.
water on it. Oh, guess you'll have to sleep with bed.
Well, look at how the
Yara, you
world
can room with
looks.
me. And I'm gonna grab Yara by the wrist and lead her to
I
the beds
hate
close together.
when you do this.
Do what? Get your room.
I told you I'm staying by myself.
You barely notice me every day at school. It'll be fine.
I always see you peeking around the corners. Like you're not stealthy. You have a giant ass shell.
Listen, it's how God made me.
And no judgment for that. God makes everyone, some people a little prettier than others, in the way they're made to be.
You're so wise. Here, I'll go get your 11 makeup bags. I'll be right back.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
Well, I guess we're sharing a room together. We can like talk about birds and stuff like that. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, man.
Yeah. Have you ever seen like a green-footed warbler?
Oh no. What
Me
is
either.
that?
Yeah. I was hoping like we'd see one here, but I haven't seen one.
Do you mean the blue-footed booby?
No, a green-foot warbler.
I thought that was called a pigeon.
Maybe some places it's called a pigeon.
Well, you know what? Whatever animals we meet here, I can become friends with them because like I have that bond with nature. So we'll get you your green letter flooper hopper, whatever you said.
Yuck, isn't one of your classes like naturology?
Yeah, I got like a B+.
Who the
Pretty
fuck did you sleep with?
I mean, like the teacher's the swim coach, so it's pretty easy.
Oh my god. Well, I love that
It's
you're
just a
working the
funneling
system.
system to make us good workers, but I don't know. Do you? You know?
And maybe so we don't have to steal wallets, TJ.
I said that was on them, and no, I'm not going to elaborate, no matter how much you want me to. Got it?
TJ, are you a
princess?
warlock? Because you're making it a little obvious. I think your patron's gonna be not so happy with you.
I haven't the faintest.
Guys, let's stop picking on TJ. Like they've had a rough time of it. Like no one really likes them, and we kind of
Oh,
do. So
please.
let's.
Oh, please, Benny. I don't need your whatever this is.
Yeah.
I think the word you're looking for is kindness, but that's okay.
Yeah, Benny
Yeah.
speaks from the heart because he's incapable of having a filter due to his drug-addled brain.
Yeah, what she said. She's so smart. I mean, I just graduated and I'm like 27, so yeah.
But what lineage are you? Because that's either sad or impressive, depending on who you are.
I'm in between. Whatever human druid, whatever's impressive. Yeah.
Oh, so you're human.
Yeah.
Okay, sad. You could have just said sad.
You know what, Barb? You need to get high because you're so uptight. It's like
Well,
I
did
can
you
see
bring
the
any
wrinkles
gummies,
forming.
my good man?
No, you know I like to feel the smoke.
Well, then I'm
enter
not
my
the
lungs.
problem.
I mean,
All
Barb,
right,
I'm
all right. It sounds like we all need to like break this tension with a drinking game, right?
Yes, let's
How's
get
that
the buzz
sound?
on.
Yeah, let's get this going. We're here for a fun weekend, right?
Yeah, and you know what? Barb, you can totally bring out your tincture brewing stuff. That can get going while we're drinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just don't put anything
Uh,
in my drink, please.
I thought you brought hallucinogens.
I did
I
not,
thought
but that sounds great. Yeah, if someone brought
Oh,
some.
that was bad. Here, give me. I'll make us a spicy punch.
Yeah, let me just like I go through one of my 7 like little fanny packs. Yeah, I think it's in this one. No, that's my inhaler. And I open the other one. Oh, here it is. I hand you.
Barb's gonna take it and give you a dirty look for having asthma and smoking.
wait,
Then
I've
she's gonna
never
go in the
done an
kitchen and
inhaler before.
start brewing.
Haven't you done enough pharmaceuticals, princess?
It doesn't matter because I will be fine no matter what. I have fans waiting for me.
All right. So you all start pulling out various things to imbibe in. TJ starts pulling out like a deck of cards, red solo cups, all sorts of party game paraphernalia. She like goes over to the dining table. Can someone give me a hand over here? I'm gonna shift this to the center. I thought beer
yeah,
pong
you
would be
got
a
it.
good way to start us off. And so, Yak, you help her lift it over to the center of the room. She clears it off and she sets up for beer pong. All right. Team captains. Yak? Princess?
Sure. Yeah.
Fine. Let's just get this going.
Yeah, this is gonna be so much fun. And I grab onto JT or TJ, whatever their name is. I'm like, yeah, games. Yeah.
All right, Benny. I see you.
It's Ben. No one's called me Benny since I was a kid, dude.
Yeah, since before they graduated
Exactly.
at 27.
All right, chill. Anyways, I don't know, Yak, you go first. Who do you want?
I'll take Barb.
What? I'm in the kitchen.
Barb, come over here and play beer pong.
Can I do an alchemy roll to see if I made hallucinogenic drink
Yeah, absolutely.
punch?
Yep. Was that your intention? Is to make hallucinogenic? Yes. Yeah. You. Had
Yes,
set
I
that
want
up.
everyone to trip. Can I make LSD?
That will be a very, very high reward.
It's a
risk
natural
reward.
20,
Okay.
26 total.
All right. So we've got an
Sorry,
LSD-like
25,
substance. This is a great start for today. We're here for the
Barb.
weekend.
I made punch. Everyone take some.
Barb, you're on Yak's team.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you got picked
Here's your
first,
punch.
Barb. Isn't that cool?
So cool. Here's your punch, Yuck. And she'll just hand it out.
Yeah, we're
Grab
gonna
it.
like totally crush it. And he like goes for like a high five.
Anyways, Ben, let's do this. I feel like your chill vibe will lead us to victory.
Yeah, victory. We're gonna win. Pow, pow, pow.
Perfect. Just what I wanted. I'm just going to chill over here on the not burnt couch. And TJ's just going to like pull over a chair, sit down, kick their feet up onto the chair, and just like start slinging back a beer. So, you four are gonna play beer pong against each other. What a fun game of beer pong with 4 people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty
this is a
typical beer
sad
pong.
ass
That's pretty
party.
standard.
4?
Yeah,
For beer pong?
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually
yeah.
Really?
Beer pong is
two.
4.
Oh.
There's
I
just
always
normally people
thought-
watching.
We have that.
True. Y'all, I haven't been to a house party in a very long time.
What? No.
What?
Barb, can you
Surprise.
hook up some music or something?
Oh, kind of. I can hear, and I'll just take like a book and put it on the bookcase. It can make one sound at a time forever. What sound do you want it to make?
You know what? Never mind. Let's just play.
No,
Blue
that
Jay
sounds
perfect.
Cool.
I'm too sober.
Yes.
Can you do a D?
A what?
A D? A D flat.
Uh,
B flat.
Sure. And I guess I'll have it do a D flat.
Oh god, that's awful. Yeah, please turn that off.
Actually,
Barb.
can you make the sound of the wind just blow? Like that's like one sound.
Yes. And then I can do it up to 3 objects, so I'll make them different pitches of wind. And now it just sounds like we're in a hurricane while we're playing beer pong.
This is like really weird.
No, I think
Right?
I kind of like this, and you see Ben, this like twirling.
This is fucking punk, y'all.
As soon as TJ says that, Barbara's gonna immediately turn them all off.
Oh no, they broke or ran out or something. How devastating.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I really like the sound of the wind.
That's okay. You can make the wind with your lungs.
Wow, you're so smart.
All right. So the way that beer pong is gonna work, is that basically it's gonna be a series of 2 rolls. So, the first roll is you drink and then you flip it, right? Yeah, that's how. So the first roll is going to be a Constitution roll, right? Am I making this up?
Are we playing
think you're
flip
combining
cup
flip
or
cup
Oh
beer
my
pong?
gosh, I'm
pong.
playing. That explains why I'm confused this whole time. Yeah, we're
Oh
playing
my
beer
goodness.
pong. Yep. So these are all going to be ranged attacks. And that's how we're gonna decide how they work. And so okay, so the 2 teams were Yak and Barb. And then we've got Princess and Benny.
Yeah.
And I'm making up some mechanics as we go, but the DC is going to increase the more that you hit, because that makes sense. It does get harder as you go. And there's usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cups.
Let's just say there's 6 cups.
Okay, let's just do 6 cups because
10
we're
is
basically
a lot.
just rolling a bunch of dice. Okay. So yeah, so I'll tell you if you make it. If you all want to take turns, roleplay it out, and make those rolls. So who goes first?
Cool. Well, like I picked first, so like Princess, you should throw first.
Yeah, and I mean, it's usually age before beauty, but we have both on our side.
Yeah, of beauty. Wait, or my age.
It's not mutually exclusive, Ben.
Yeah, right on. So, Princess, go first.
Okay. If you insist. Let's see.
And if you would like to do any of the, I know that there's like a bunch of like things you can do in real beer pong to like fuck with the other players or like pull off a special shot. So if you want to attempt any of those things, let me know, and it will just be a harder DC for whatever it is.
Okay. Well, we'll start off nice and simple and launch that ball with an
Alright.
18.
An 18 will do it. So you got 1 cup.
So good at these games.
Yeah, let's go.
You
And
sink
so-
it right on in, middle cup.
When we sink a cup, they drink.
All right.
Well, go ahead, Yuck.
Do constitution rolls to when you have to drink.
Like a save.
Yeah, con save.
Okay. That's a 7.
That's gonna be 1 failure.
Great.
We'll interpret that later, but just count 1 for now.
All right. 1.
Later.
I don't know. I think at some level it becomes poisoning, but wait, there are actual drinking mechanics in this game. I should have looked them up, but I didn't.
Do I still throw? Or, like, do I fail so bad that I just...
Oh no, you just have 1 point of alcohol.
Okay. So I still throw my ball.
1 point of drunk.
Yes. 1 alcohol, please.
Come on, Red Dragon in.
Well, that was an 8.
An 8 is going
Oh,
to
Lord.
miss. Yeah, so it bounces off the rim of the cup and it starts to roll across the table.
Oh, Yara snatches it.
That's
Just
my ball.
And then she throws it to Ben and goes, "Sink one for me, please."
All right, let's go. What am I rolling again?
A ranged attack. So it's going to be like your dex and then your proficiency.
We're all proficient in beer pong. I hate it.
Yeah, we could just say you're all proficient in beer pong.
I mean, it makes sense.
So do I just roll a... Sorry. D&D Beyond still
Do
confusing.
you roll a
sometimes.
d20? Yeah, this is all made up shit. Like, this is not normal to D&D. So you roll a d20, you'll add the proficiency modifier and your dexterity modifier. Would there be anything else there? No, right?
No.
So that's a 6, but plus 2 and 1. That's
So
9.
9. That's gonna miss.
So I'm going to be like, Kobe. And then I just that was the name of my
Right.
cat in the 6th grade.
You got 1 cup so far, Princess and Ben. Over to Barb.
Are we doing
You got this,
bounce
Barb.
rules?
Are we doing belt tools?
Bounce rules are if you
Whoa.
bounce, you get 2 cups, but as soon as it touches the table, the opposing team can swipe it out of the air to stop it.
Yeah.
If you want to attempt that, I will just have you do opposed rolls. So there will, well, not opposed rolls. You'll do your normal roll. It will heighten the DC. And then if the other team would like to try to swipe, there'll just be a DC associated with that.
All right. That is a 13 from me.
Okay. No swiping. That will sink into one of the cups.
Oh, wait. No, we're totally swiping. They're
Oh,
bouncing.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Roll
about.
a dex save.
Yes. That's a 21.
Ugh.
Okay, that'll do it. All right, so you swipe that ball. It does not make it into the cup.
Well, good save.
Thanks,
Yara.
Barb. It was a good attempt, but you know,
Princess. Whatever your name is.
I
And
go
she
by both.
blushes.
And as soon as Princess swipes the ball, she bounces it right back really quick.
All right. Roll that ranged
Wait,
attack.
you're doing a bounce?
Mhm.
Yeah, another bounce on the court.
That's an 8.
I'm gonna try to swipe that.
Great, try to swipe.
That's a 10.
You're gonna
Better than
miss
the
the
8.
swipe, but the ball misses regardless.
Dang it.
Back to Yak.
All right, here we go. 18.
An 18 will sink. You've got your first cup. Whoop,
Drink up.
Yeah, drink up, princess. And
That's
Ben.
That's
do
an
that
8.
con save. Okay, 1 point of alcohol.
I got a 19.
A 19 will save, so no points of alcohol.
Oh, this tastes like water. Yeah.
I mean, I think canonically you probably started with like 3 points, but
It's about
What's it
time. I was
called?
getting
What's it-
thirsty.
all right. So that brings us back to Ben, I believe.
All right. I'm just gonna do this. 22.
22
Because I just
will sink.
did something that was +3, since that's my dex
Yeah.
and my propensity. So 22. Shaquille
Beautiful.
O'Neal. And then
You sink another cup. 4 more to go.
Yeah. That was my name of my toad back in the 4th grade. It disappeared, and we haven't seen it since. Oh well, Shazam, drink.
TJ just starts laughing over in the corner.
You named your toad after the famous sorcerer Shazam.
Yeah. Because I wanted to meet them one day, and then I realized that that was probably never gonna happen. So I was like, let me just get a toad and name it Shazam, and then it's like I meet them every day. So pretty
Wow,
awesome plan if you tell me.
The more you tell me about yourself, the sadder I get.
Hello?
You hear a knock on the
was
door.
that?
Wait.
And then another.
Here, I'll close it. We left it open.
Yak's gonna go to the door.
Yara wants
Hello?
to try and angle herself so that she can see out the window. in front of
Open
the door.
up!
Who's there?
You shouldn't be here!
Yak opens the door.
As you open the door, you see. I mean, if we're being kind, a hag.
Yeah.
Yes.
As you open the door, this woman springs at you. She has frizzled hair, a wart on her cheek, missing teeth that are browned. She's wearing rags of all different fabrics and colors. She's ordained in the most crude jewelry of hemp and poorly formed clay beads. And she just starts clawing at you. You're doomed.
Oh my god!
You're
and
all
you're
gonna
all...
die here.
Barb's gonna pull out a gun and cock it.
Oh, so fast with the trigger. It won't matter. It won't matter.
Are you like
Yuck,
okay?
Wait, did she just
I
attack
just
you?
wanted to see who it was this time. Ah, so beautiful, so soft. And
What?
she slowly turns her head across the room as she strokes Yak's cheek.
Could you not?
Dead. 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 Oh, she'll be so pleased.
What?
All right, Barb, shoot the bitch.
I pull the trigger.
All right. Make an attack roll.
Oh, okay, that's a 9 plus. Oh no. 12.
A 12 will hit. Roll for damage.
I did not expect guns to be part of D&D, but you know what? Work, Diva.
It's a musket pistol, to be fair. That is 3 damage.
All right. You blast her with this musket pistol, and it hits her square in the chest, throwing her back out of the cabin. And you see that she is thrown prone onto the floor, and she lets out this loud, heinous, screeching wheeze. And you start to see blood forming on the fabric of her clothing, and she starts wincing in pain and screeching and clawing at it. She rolls over, and you just see that she starts clawing at the ground, dragging herself away from the cabin. It won't matter. It won't matter. And
Yo,
she
she's
slowly
hardcore.
drags herself 5 feet, 10 feet. You see the blood pooling on the ground, smearing across until she puts one more arm out. And then it collapses under its own weight, and she falls limp. Silent.
Well, I did think that would kill her. Barb's gonna pull out a knife and hand it to Yak. Have you ever cut up a body before?
No.
Yo, Barb,
Okay,
what the
I'll
fuck?
teach you. And Barb's just gonna walk towards it.
It's okay.
Barb,
it's not my
no,
first
we
body
can't-
either.
We gotta get someone up for this.
Is she
Okay.
dead?
Do a
Someone
medicine
should
roll.
probably check. I'm still in the cabin.
I kick her stomach. Does she wince?
She is not moving.
Yeah, I think I killed her.
Do we send a message? Like,
What was that medicine roll?
You said roll a medicine roll.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did?
what was it?
Oh, I thought you saw it. It was a nat 1 for 2.
Oh, yeah. She's not moving.
Okay, well, Daddy always said cut at the joints so that the body will fall apart.
Right. And he also said to bury the heads and head separate, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
All right, someone go find a shovel.
Oh, that's a good idea. We should smash the teeth so there's no dental records.
Well, I mean to dig the hole, but
I don't
yeah,
like
not
this.
too, Barb. I mean,
I don't like this.
princess. It's fine. Just take another hit.
TJ rushes past you out the door, and she goes, "What the fuck did you do? Barb, you just
Listen, she was
killed
trying to break
somebody."
She was trying to break in.
TJ is going to run over to the woman, and you see that she hesitates for just a moment, kind of winces at the scene, and then lunges and lifts the woman up and puts her fingers on her neck to feel for a pulse.
I mean, she got shot with a really big gun. I don't think she's alive, but you know what? I appreciate the
Fucking
initiative.
idiots.
Hey, I didn't have the gun. No.
She's
It
still
wasn't me.
alive. Barely.
I mean, we can fix that.
No,
we
we're not
want to,
fucking
though?
murdering someone right now. We
I mean,
came
she did,
here to have
come
a
in and
good
attack me.
time this weekend. What the fuck is wrong with you, Barb?
She was trying to break in.
She still alive? Barely.
She was attacking Yuck.
Why the fuck do you even have a gun?
You know I always... Oh, actually, I don't think I've shared that with you. Yeah, there's always one in my shell.
Oh my gosh. No. Yak, go check the bathroom for any sort of pharmaceuticals. Benny, look for clean fabrics on the beds, okay? Ben,
Right
sorry.
on, okay.
Ben, clean
Yes.
fabrics. The whiter, the better.
Wow. I didn't.
Ugh.
Okay.
You are
I
being
don't see
so
color.
dramatic, TJ. I'm
Barb,
gonna walk over and just
hand me the
cure
gun.
wounds her.
You just cast cure wounds.
She heals for
That's
10.
right, we're in D&D. She heals for 10. She's fully up. You see the blood is still there, but the wound in her chest closed and she gasps. And as she does, she just like reaches up because that's a touch, right? Cure wounds?
Cure wounds?
Yeah. So she reaches up and grabs you by the shoulder. And she just stares at you with this wide grin. TJ like drops her and like backs away real quick, and she's like, "Oh, fuck! All right, thank you, Barb. Thank you for not murdering someone on our fun weekend getaway."
I'm gonna say, you got it. I'm gonna salute with a gun in my hand.
Barb, maybe put the gun back in your shell.
Oh,
Just,
I gotta reload it first. And she'll pull out like one of those metal things and like a pack of gunpowder and just slowly starts reloading the musket pistol.
Ma'am,
Well, I got the
are
sheets.
you okay? Thank you, Ben. Fortunately, it's not needed. Barb apparently can cast cure wounds. Thank God, somebody. Okay.
Oh, we could have healed her. I have healing word. I could have did it too. Whoops. And I walk back with the blankets that put them back.
And then Yak shows up with one band-aid. I found this.
Wait,
Think it'll help?
Yuck, why aren't the little plastic bits on it? Is that a used Band-Aid?
Oh, yeah, it was in the trash. And he drops it.
That was so exciting. I'm gonna leave you now, and I'll be watching. The woman pulls herself up on Barb's shell and just starts to saunter off into the woods.
That was weird. But
You
like
hear
Yeah.
the brush as she walks through and disappears into the leaves of the undergrowth. Yeah, that was fucked up.
I don't know about y'all, but I think I need to like smoke a little. And I just walk back into the house. Where's my vape?
Yeah, and the other two have to drink.
What?
Oh yeah, I did hit the ball before Barb shot that woman. So you got to drink, but let me just I need my inhaler too. And I do
Yeah.
a puff of inhaling and I do a puff of that's the good stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sit down for a bit in my room. Can I trust you all not to kill anybody else?
Yeah, like I won't kill anyone.
She had it coming.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Yak. Princess, chill it. Chill.
Don't you talk to her that way.
So punk of you, TJ. But yeah, go take a well-deserved break.
And TJ is going to retire to her room. And while TJ takes a break, we are all also going to go on a short break. So, listeners, we are going to be back in about 5 minutes. Players, go take care of anything that you need to take care of, do a little stretching, get some water, and we'll be back shortly. All right, listeners, we are back. Back. So before we went on break, we almost murdered some lady in the woods that really looked like she probably needed some help. But instead we shot her with a gun.
She didn't look like she needed no help. She was being mad aggressive.
She was being mad aggressive. But that is not a reason to shoot someone. Shouts TJ
She
from the
literally
other
attacked
Florida.
This is Florida? Is that what you said?
I would have not have signed on to this if this was Florida.
Same.
So we almost murdered a lady. Luckily, this is D&D, so healing spells are a thing. So we could just like Control-Alt-Delete that shit, send her on her merry way off into the forest where she came from. And TJ is now hanging out in their room. What are the rest of y'all doing?
Ben is drinking a root beer that they had in one of their fanny packs. That really stressed me out, y'all. I had to get my emergency root beer. Sorry, D&D, sarsaparilla.
It's a beer root. Beer of root.
Yeah, I had to get that. So my nerves are shot. I didn't realize that Barb was packing heat.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Barb, I need you to like make me one of those because that was awesome.
Oh, I could do that.
I think everybody should get a gun. Clearly, it's a good idea.
Princess, like usually you're really smart, but this is like one of the few times where I'm like, whoa, you need to like slow your roll with your no.
Well, that's because you did like 5 inhaler hits.
Hey. It was 17, and this has nothing to do with that. I'm just like all peace, no love. Aquarius, yeah.
Is it sunny outside?
Yeah, it's a gorgeous day.
Yara's gonna try and drag one of the armchairs outside to sunbathe.
All right. Nice. So you all hear the screeching of wooden legs on wooden floors as Yara, because I'm assuming this is how Yara does it. She's not picking that shit up.
No way.
Yeah, she drags it across the floor.
No. No, Yak's not letting that happen. Let me help you out real quick there. I don't know.
Oh my god,
strength
Yak.
roll?
Thank you.
It's a chair. You could pick it up.
All right. Cool.
Princess could probably also pick it up. She just isn't gonna.
I just imagined it was one of the armchairs, which seems a little heavy.
Wait,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, as you're doing that, I'm going to use one of my cantrips called Druidcraft. So I'm gonna walk outside. I'm just gonna see a bunch of flowers, and I'm just gonna touch them. I'm just gonna wave my hand around them and make them bloom. And be
Nice.
like, yeah,
You're feeling your
I feel the
oats.
rush, addicted to your touch. Now I feel the. I heard that. That was Troy Sivan Water. I went to their concert with they play a good lute solo.
Was that like
Eh.
back in the 7th grade or something?
Yeah, what about it?
Nothing. Just curious. Don't worry about it.
And I just keep making flowers bloom.
Yeah, and as you're like singing and just like feeling your oats, swiping across the flowers, you see that they're like kind of swaying in the wind, almost to the beat of your music. Just kind of like if this was a Disney movie, this would be like the musical number where it's just like everything is going so wonderfully and beautiful and sparkle
Ben breaks
magic
out.
glitter.
Ben breaks out into difficult choreography, Fosse style. Yeah. I'm just getting into it.
Almost killed an old
Flowers.
lady, but we didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't. We didn't almost kill. They're still alive. You know what? That deserves celebrating. And Ben just keeps twirling as he blooms flowers.
Nice. What is everybody else doing?
Is this trapdoor locked?
No, it's not a
Open
trap
it.
door. It's a hatch to the basement.
Whatever. In Minecraft, every door is a trapdoor. So I'm gonna open it.
All right. You open it, and it leads down to a dark and dingy basement. It stinks of earth, and it's sickly sweet. That stench of rot, like rotting wood. Thick cobwebs hang from every corner, and then from up here, as the light shines down, you can see that there are many odd shapes that are covered in stained sheets. And you get this like occasional odd sparkle and gleam in the darkness as the light hits trinkets and other strange objects strewn across the space. A ladder lies on the floor beneath the hatch. It is about a 15-foot drop to the from the main room down to the basement. The ladder has detached from the top of the hatch and fallen down.
All right, step one, I'm gonna go rip all the sheets off of Ben and Yak's beds and make a rope.
All right.
Do I have to roll anything?
Nope. You can tie sheets together.
Cool. Is there like a hole in the hatch door that I can tie it through?
There's not like a ladder.
There's like the ladder broke off and is lying on the ground. Yeah. There is like the handle of on the latch door.
Yeah, but that'll close it when I use it, right? That's how
You could
gravity
also
works.
tie it around where the hinges are. So like if
Oh,
the door
yeah.
is open, you could just tie it
I'll
around
tie it
the
around the
hinges.
hinge. And then I'm gonna go get a candle. I'm gonna instead of lighting it, I'm gonna cast light on the candle, and then I'm gonna start climbing down that rope.
Beautiful.
And can we say it looks like one of the fake candles? Like it just looks really. I'll use my tinker ability to animate it so that, like it looks really bad.
Oh my gosh. You walked past the pack of matches in order to do this.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you descend slowly into the basement with your light candle, and it sets this faint glow across the basement. Would anybody like to follow?
Ben's outside, so I don't think they would notice.
Yeah, so's Yak. We're all outside, so we don't even know
Alright,
this
cool.
is happening.
I
Y'all are
said
hanging
nothing.
out outside. So you descend into the basement. You reach the bottom, And you now can get a slightly better view of the basement. It only is about half the size of the overall footprint of the structure above you, so it's not like a full basement. But it is filled with like, it's kind of just like packed with random pieces of furniture, shelves of things that have been put into storage, and everything's kind of like either like in a box, so like sealed away, or covered in a sheet. There's like a couple things that are out of storage that you can now start to see a little bit better. You start to explore.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna touch everything. She's nosy as hell.
Cool.
Pull off sheets, open drawers, look at photo albums, try to find a
Alright.
deed. You know what you do in somebody else's house.
So you're gonna pull off the first sheet, revealing a stone statue of an angel knelt in prayer.
Like a Catholic angel.
Yeah.
Or like a celestial angel.
Either.
I guess
Good
they're
answer,
both
good answer.
angels. Well, that's weird. Next sheet.
You rip off the next sheet, and there is a spinning wheel, like yarn spinning. You see that it has a sharp needle at the end of the spool, but otherwise is pretty mundane.
All right. Next sheet.
You pull the sheet off and you see a prosthetic clockwork leg that is laying across a chair.
I'm gonna grab the leg.
All right, you grab the leg. It can be used as a bludgeoning weapon.
Ooh.
That's cool. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go put it in Yak's bed. Underneath the comforter. Because I took the sheets, so I imagine there's still like a duvet or something. I'm just gonna put it in, in his bed.
All right, so you
And
climb
cover
back
it.
upstairs. You go over to Yak's room, stuff it under the bed. I'm gonna pivot back to our trio outside. How are we progressing out there?
Ben is getting a little tired, so is sitting right next to Princess or Yara, and it's being like, this is a really nice weekend so far. Well, with the exception of almost killing that hag, but other than that, it's been kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, I got to see a gun. We played some drinking games. There was violence. Feels just like home, honestly.
I mean, and even though we didn't finish beer pong, we totally won.
Yeah, we don't have to tell anybody, but we were going to crush that game.
Yeah. With my sharp skills at throwing things into things, they didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, Barb.
I think
where
Barb's
is
she?
inside.
Barb, can you bring me a drink?
Yeah, what do you want?
Maybe, I don't know, a bear, maybe some punch. I don't know.
A bear?
A bear?
Oh, yeah, I'll go get you a Natty Ice.
No.
I was hoping for a Bud Heavy, but okay.
Oh, no, we don't drink that here. It's Natty Ice or PBR.
Well, if you really want, I have an extra beer of root in one of my fanny packs if you want one. They're not alcoholic, but they are smooth.
No, that's okay.
I'll hand you the natty ice.
Well, out more for the stone master over here.
She pops it open and she does that thing where they like swirl it so a vortex forms, and then she like downs it in 4 swallows.
Whoa, throat goat. Yeah.
Thanks, Barb. That was super refreshing.
Yeah, it looked it.
Wait, where have you been?
Oh, yeah, it's not important. I may have gone to the basement because yeah,
Ew, why would you go down there?
I don't know. I'm bored.
Was there anything exciting down there?
There's a really creepy angel statue. That's
Oh
about
my,
it.
that's so cool.
In the basement of this cabin?
Yeah.
All right, well, hold on.
Maybe the dog's a Christian. I don't know.
What?
Let's check it out.
Yeah,
And
this is crazy.
I go in.
Where is Yak? Is Yak in a tree?
Yeah, so as this is finishing up this conversation, y'all are like planning to go in. Yak is like hanging from a tree branch upside down by his legs and just doing like crunches. And if anyone's like listening, you would just hear like 98, 99, 100, and then he'll like jump down and be like, let's go look at that basement. It sounds cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, and as you head inside, as you like look behind you for just a moment, Yak, you do start to notice the tint of the sky has begun to redden as the sun is setting.
Like that, like cotton candy color, or is it menacing?
The cotton candy color, like a
Okay.
sunset, like a normal sunset. Like you're starting to see that the sun has you're in the woods, so the sun sets a little earlier than you normally anticipate, just because it dips behind the canopy of the trees, and you start to notice that it's like glowing that candy pink.
Oh, I would just be like, oh, you guys, did you see it? Like the sunset's looking really pretty.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, did you hear that there's an angel statue in the basement?
Oh,
The
yeah,
sunset
you're right.
happens every day.
You're right. Do you need help down?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Can I wedge myself in between them?
Do you think 3 people can fit down the trapdoor at once?
No, I picture you like grabbing Yara's hand to like help her like lower herself down onto the rope. I'm just gonna kind of try to bump you out of the way and grab her hand instead.
Oh yeah, Yak won't like put up any fight. He'll just let you do it.
I got you, princess. Sorry, I keep calling you Yara. Don't worry.
Okay, well, I need to get down there, so like, lower me down.
Okay. Like grab the rope though. Like
Ugh,
it's 15 feet. You're gonna
I
have
have
to
to do
slide
everything
a
around
little.
here. That's fine. She grabs the rope, and then she just slides down it like a cheerleader routine mixed with pole dancing.
Oh.
That's so cool. Can I follow suit? And I just go down it like a stripper as well. Like I first grab it and then I like squeeze it in between my thighs and I just slowly go down.
Yeah, can you give me a performance roll, y'all?
Oh boy, can I?
Mine's is -1.
Mine's a 6.
Mine is also 6. No, mine's is a 9. 9.
Okay, so you know when you do something and you're like really feeling your oats and you feel so sexy doing it, and then you finish the act and you're like, oh, that kind of hurt. and you look down at your thighs and you feel like the like burn on your thighs from sliding down the rope.
I knew I should have worn that extra Baja pant. But that's okay.
Barb, why didn't you help me?
All right, Yak, you're up next.
Yak's gonna look down, and once it's clear, could I do an acrobatics check to just hop down?
Sure.
Wait, do I?
That's a 12.
All right.
Okay.
You hit the ground pretty hard, and it causes your knees to buckle, and you smack your left knee on the ground, but are able to like mostly stay up. Take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I do this all the time.
It seems like you don't because that looked like that hurt.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
Walk it off, Yak. Walk it off. Oh. Where's the statue at?
As you ask that question, you turn around and it's like right at your like hip height, just like.
Oh, you didn't say it was doing something weird.
It's praying. It has its hands clasped and its head is bowed.
Yeah, it's on your knees like you were, Yak.
Let's not
It's
talk
also
about that.
like life-sized. I don't know if that was clear before. So like
Oh, I
it's
love
at
that
your hip
movie.
height. It's kneeling, so it's at your hip height.
Is it hot? Is the angel hot?
It's like one of those robed angels where like everything's kind of the weird fabric that defies gravity that just covers everything. And then their face is very like basic and mundane.
So like nun angel hybrid.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Could I do like a religion check to see if I'm like familiar with this kind of angel?
Yeah. You can.
That's a 9.
I don't know, there's like a lot of celestials and they come from a bunch of different planes, but I don't know, they all kind of look the same.
Yeah, no, I recognize this one. It's like a Spice Saint angel. I've seen them before.
A what?
Spice Saint angel.
Like
Yeah.
pepper and paprika.
Yeah, and like Ginger and like Posh are some of them though.
Can I do a religion? Can I do a religion check to see if I know it?
Sure.
I got a 21.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a angel of Mistopheles.
Oh,
I have no idea. I
So it's
don't
a
know.
devil?
It's an angel. Oh no. What is that Metatronic?
Metatron, the scribe of God.
Nope.
Oh, the
I'm not
clockwork
thinking.
people?
What
So
is
this-
oh, oops. I shouldn't be Googling on that window.
It's Pelorian.
Pelorian. What does that mean? Oh, that's a god.
Pelor?
It's a Pelorian god.
Taylor, aka
Angel.
D&D Jesus, Christian, whatever.
D&D
nonsense.
Jesus. Yeah.
So this is D&D Jesus, Pelorian. Actually, I don't think he knows anything about spices, but I think I give you A for effort.
Yeah, oh, you're right. I think like the robe confused me.
No,
They
it's
both wear
very- it's-
robes, you know?
Well, every angel wears robes, but you can see right there by the teeth right there that it's very clearly D&D god Pelorian right there. You just really look there.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Ben, what the fuck is D&D?
Malfunction.
Well, I do believe it's from that book, Demons and Deities.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that one for deity class.
Yeah, you must have failed.
No, I got an A.
Wait, who is the
wow.
teacher of that class?
Phil Bright, the soccer coach.
Oh my god, of course.
The reason why you passed. He doesn't know anything, and that's coming from a 27-year-old.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I know a lot of things.
The
Mhm.
sound of glass shattering can be heard above, and then you hear a scream.
Does that sound like TJ?
Oh, I thought it was JT.
You've never heard TJ scream before, but you could imagine it potentially is them. It was a really odd scream. And that
So-
just tracks.
That was like one of two things: the old lady or TJ breaking a window.
Maybe we should go up and check.
Yak just
Barb
books it.
never climbed down. And has just been talking through the opening this whole time.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's gonna run to TJ's room.
You throw open the door and don't see anything. She's not in her room. But also, there's no broken glass.
Oh.
Shouts of prophecy, broken glass. Sorry, continue.
And this is definitely where the scream came from.
You heard it down the hall.
Is this bitch in the tub? I'm gonna check the tub room.
So you make your way to the bathroom and you see a broken mirror above the wash basin. No TJ.
I mean, that she really needs to work on her self-esteem. Is there any blood or anything from her punching the mirror?
No. Nothing immediately visible. Would you like to make an investigation check?
Sure. Oh, I'm good at that. That's gonna be a 14.
All right. No blood, but what you do notice is that around the wash basin there is water splashed across the floor.
All right, so she's messy and self-conscious. That's what that tells me.
Same girl.
I'm gonna go back to the hatch.
Yak would have helped everyone up,
Oh,
assuming everyone wanted to go up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I think TJ broke the mirror and then just like ran away.
Yeah, she did always have self-esteem issues.
Yeah. Did I give her some of the LSD punch? I can't remember.
I mean, she was sitting on the couch while we were playing, so it's hard to tell what she was doing.
Is there like a backyard? Well, we're in the woods, so I guess yes.
You said she was in the bathroom?
Yeah, she like made a mess. Look at all this water. I'll take a towel and like lay it down.
Wait, hold on. Does the water... Obviously, water is splashed, but does it lead in any directions, as in something dragged through it? There are footprints leading away.
Give me an investigation check.
It's a 9.
Hard to tell.
Barb, like, where'd she go?
That's a good question. We should probably look at the other rooms, right? TJ.
TJ,
TJ, where are you? This isn't
TJ, are
funny.
you here in my room?
Oh,
At that point, you hear the front door open and TJ walks in. Oh my goodness. How are you all doing?
We came up here because we heard you scream. Are you okay?
Oh, I think something just startled me out back. Whatever it was, it ran off into the woods.
Not like in the bathroom.
No. Sorry, I slipped out through the back window and went for a walk.
Okay, well,
What?
why don't you go check out the bathroom and tell us that you didn't do it?
Yeah, my uncle's cousin's brother's gardener's dog is gonna be so upset.
Why?
Yeah.
What's up with the bathroom?
I mean, we were all in the basement or around the hatch, and the bathroom is wrecked.
Really? What were you doing in the basement? Anything interesting down there?
Just like a guy.
It's the D&D god.
All
Fatorum?
right. And
Yeah,
she starts to
Fedora.
walk down the hallway towards the bathroom. And when she gets to the door, she looks and she goes, "What? I don't know what that is." Oh. Maybe that
we should've
lady was
killed that old
back.
lady. Should have killed her.
Ben keeps running into walls.
Whatever it was, I mean, doesn't look like they did much.
Are you sure you didn't break the mirror and then just climb out the window? Because that sounds like something an angsty goth girl would do.
Why would I break the window, Barb?
Some people
No,
don't
break the
Or
mirror
mirror.
and then climb
Sorry,
out a
why would I
window.
break the mirror?
I mean,
I
you
don't
did do
know.
that at that party like last year.
Also, I am
Yeah.
not touching that water. That was here when we got here. That's standing water. That's gross.
How can water stand without legs? Gosh, you're stupid.
Good one, princess.
Yeah, of course, princess. Anyways,
Now Barb is curious. Is gonna like feel the floor where it's wet. Start pushing on stuff. Like, is it coming from the ground?
you start pushing on the floor. It doesn't seem to be coming from the ground in any way.
Are the floorboards squishy at all? Like they're rotted?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Y'all are acting mighty weird.
Says
Something
the
in the
person
basement got you spooked.
says the person who jumped out a window.
Yeah, y'all were hanging out in the front, and I just didn't want to have to say hello or anything. I don't know. I needed to clear my mind.
But we were downstairs when this
And that's
happened.
what drugs are for.
I mean, I've been gone for a while.
Oh. I guess we just didn't notice because you're not rememberable.
Whoa,
Alright.
Ben. Nice
Yeah.
one. I'm gonna give Ben a high five.
I reciprocated. What did I do?
Anyways, this weekend has been kind of a bummer. Do you all want to just like, I don't know, go watch a movie or something?
On
What?
what?
Oh, you're right. There's not a TV here, is there? We could play Truth or
What if we
Dare.
like
Oh,
check out the basement more? It
yeah.
was
Let's
kinda
do truth or
spooky.
dare, or maybe never have I ever.
I think we could multitask. Never have I ever while we're touching things we shouldn't in the basement.
That sounds fun.
Sounds good to
That
me.
sounds
And
fucking creepy. I love it.
Ben already makes their way down there safely.
Alright. So if we all make our way back into the basement. And the statue's there, and as soon as TJ sees it, she's just like, fuck, that's creepy. Why is it so big? And who the fuck hauled it down here?
Can you imagine
You
like
know what?
taking it down that hatch? Like that would suck.
Yeah, I would just push it in.
Nice.
I'm sure you would. Anyways, what have you found so far?
Just this.
There's like an angel statue, and then I think I saw like a spinning wheel with a really sharp point.
Alright. So, basement's kind of a bust. Who wants to start us off with Truth or Dare or Never Have I Ever? What sound more fun?
Like truth or dare, probably.
Alright,
Yeah.
kick us off, Yak.
TJ, truth or dare?
Truth.
Who here do you like the most?
What are we, grade school?
I don't know. I didn't have a lot of time to think. Okay.
I don't know, Yak, you're pretty cool. You don't piss me off.
Oh, you think I'm cool?
Yeah, don't let that get to your head. And she's gonna pull off another sheet as she's answering. And it's like a rocking chair, but thrown across it is this robe that is like all patched. Like there's a bunch of patches all over it. And she's gonna pick it up and dust it off, and like dust is like flying through the air. This looks like something you might wear, princess.
I wouldn't be caught dead wearing that.
Right. And then she sets it back down on the rocking chair. All right, so I guess I'm next. Barb, truth or dare?
Dare.
Ugh. Seriously? All right. Barb, I dare you to prick your finger on that spinning wheel.
That's
Isn't that, like,
creepy, but
dangerous?
okay.
What was that, Yak?
Isn't that like dangerous? Like it could be like rusty.
I got
That's
my
the
shots.
point.
Oh.
It's a dare.
Barb will just go over and prick her finger on the sewing needle.
I'm gonna need you to make a charisma save.
Charisma?
Yeah.
-1.
Barb the Rizzler.
Oh my
Let's
God.
go.
Timothy, if Barb loses her mind, if the one player with a gun goes crazy and kills everyone, I'll be so happy. That's a 10.
All right. As you go to prick your finger on it, You feel yourself compelled to push really hard, like way harder than you like attempted to, and you just like jam your finger on the needle. It hurts doing 1 point of piercing. And then you feel this like tingle up your body.
It sounds like an
I am gonna
ambulance.
need you to start a timer for 10 minutes
No.
on your phone.
What the fuck?
And at 10 minutes, I need you to make another charisma save.
Okay, all right. Do I have to stay impaled by this the whole time?
No. You release your finger, just the 1 point of piercing damage. And TJ just laughs and goes, "Damn."
Yeah, that's right. I'm hardcore.
You're fucking
That's
metal,
why they call
dude.
me. Yeah, they call me Metal Barb.
Lay off the crazy pills, girl.
I mean, you did tell them to put their finger on it, so
Yeah, whatever. Well, Barb, it's your turn.
Ben, truth or dare?
I'm like an open book already. So the easiest answer is truth.
Truth. Are you ever not high?
Yes, on Sundays I take a break because like smoking could like I like having a day of rest, like the D&D god said. On the seventh day we rest, and then as soon as midnight on Monday happens, I puff pass to myself, and yeah, it's nice.
Whoa, is that why you never make it to any of your Monday morning classes?
I didn't even know that class was on Monday. I thought it was Tuesday through Wednesday.
That explains some things.
Yeah, but I still graduated, so yeah. Peace, love, and chicken grease.
TJ pulls another sheet off an item, revealing a pedestal on which a leather egg with cross hatching on top sits. It's about the size of an urn.
Can Yak pull one off too?
Yeah. Yak pulls one off, and it is a rusted bird cage with a strange figurine in it. A humanoid shape made from twisted vines curled in on itself in a fetal position.
Oh, sick. This thing looks cool, you guys. I don't know what it is though.
That's fucking weird. Why is that down here? There's some weird shit down here, y'all.
How do you think a dog got this all down here?
A doll?
A dog.
Dog.
You know,
Oh,
the
a
owner of the cabin.
dog. I'm assuming they're not the ones who put it down here, but I don't know.
There's way too many weird stuff down here. Like, it's a little too weird for my liking. But
Yeah.
Wait, whose turn is it?
You
Fuck's sake.
hear banging on the wall upstairs.
all this climbing up and down, it's really tiring.
Wait, on the wall?
We could
not the
probably
door?
lean the ladder back up. And TJ
I thought
just
it was,
like
like,
picks the
broken.
ladder. It was broken off, but they like lean it up against a post on the wall. And they're like, it's a bit rickety, but I don't know. Probably just that lady back. I don't know. Maybe if we give her sugar or something, she'll leave us the fuck alone.
I don't know why. Okay, let's. And I just start walking up the ladder.
So Benny, as you make your way back up into the living room, you look around and you don't see anything out of place.
I don't really see anything out of place.
Okay, but like, is anybody at the door?
The knocking's not coming from the door. It's coming from the bathroom.
Oh, weird, man. Guys, who wants to check this out with me? Because I'm scared.
Don't be a pussy.
Well, pussies are very strong and very malleable. You take that back.
I
Wow,
would know. It's a turn of phrase.
Ben, like, I'll
Don't
go
get your
with
panties
you.
in a bunch.
I don't wear panties. I wear lingerie. It feels better on my
Doc,
down.
just go with him.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to go check it out.
All right. And we walk to the bathroom. Lord. Jesus Christ.
You make your way to the bathroom, and as you push open the door, you look in and you don't see anyone or anything.
Hello?
Hello.
But you do notice that the floor is wet, more wet than before.
knock
And
on the
a
wall.
drip of water drops into the basin from the mirror hanging above it. You knock on the wall.
Yeah. Hello? Knock, 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 knock.
You sit in silence for a moment, listening for a response. And then you hear another knock coming from the kitchen.
It's like a wild goose chase.
Exactly. I run to the kitchen.
You run to the
Hello?
kitchen, you make your way in, and look around, finding nobody or anything.
If I keep running into one more wall, my goodness. Hello? This is too freaky, man, baby. And I go back into the living room.
Yak's gonna stay in the bathroom, like knocking on every surface and just being like, hello? Like knocks on like the wash basin, hello? Knocks on a stool, hello?
You knock on various objects in the bathroom and nothing happens.
Guys, I think you should come up here. I think this place is giving me the heebie-jeebies, man.
Sorry. What was knocking?
I don't know. It's just it went from the bathroom to the kitchen and like no one's answering our hellos. It's very weird.
Well, they're not knocking now.
Weird. Do you think it was that lady again? It kind of sounded like she just wanted to fuck with us.
I don't know. I don't like this anymore. And that's not the weed and the shrooms talking. This is really fucked up.
Yeah, and don't forget the LSD you took too.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Okay, well, like, what are we supposed to do? Like, we play the game. Like, we touch some creepy stuff. Like, I don't know. At this point, God damn it!
Again from the kitchen.
Can we like almost locate where in the wall the knocking's coming from?
It sounds like it's coming from the outer wall in the kitchen.
Like over here?
From the living room, you wouldn't be able to pinpoint exactly where along that wall. But As you walk into the kitchen, you start like tracing the wall, looking. You look out. There's windows. It's not super clear. You look out the windows into the darkness behind the house. You step in a puddle of water.
Who? Me or
Princess.
okay.
Ew! Why is there water everywhere? Is there anything weird about the water? Is it from this pot?
It does seem to be centrally located around the pot.
Who spilled water in the kitchen and didn't clean it up like a heathen?
Whoever did it in the bathroom. My timer's up.
Make a charisma saving throw.
11.
All right. Set another timer for 10 minutes.
I
Guys, this is
don't know
getting
if
a
I'm
little
doing well or
too
not.
yeah. This is getting really weird. I don't think I want to stay here anymore.
Well, where are we supposed to go? No one's gonna pick us up till tomorrow.
Didn't we drive here on our own?
Oh, I don't know. I just taxi or carriage everywhere, so.
It's too much for me. I don't know.
Yak, where you at?
You would just hear like knocking from the bathroom, and Yak goes, "Hello."
Oh,
I don't know. It's probably that lady. I'll deadbolt the door.
Yak, you find anything, babe?
No, just the bathroom still.
Did
Yes,
Barb
I'm
go
right next to you.
outside? Is that
Yeah.
what's happening? So Barb
Before TJ
exits the
does.
house and is like walking around.
Barb's gonna do a perimeter check and pull out her gun.
Okay. Give me an investigation check as you start walking around, and I'm gonna ask that you all tell me where you're going before moving your token.
Okay.
Yeah. Just so I can keep track of where everybody is.
Okay, we're all centrally located in the living room right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So we all reconvene.
I'm outside with a 12 for investigation.
So TJ is gonna go to the front door and call out, "Barb, are you all right out there? Just leave it be. It's probably just that old lady knocking on the walls. I'll lock the door if it makes you feel better."
I'm just gonna scare her away again.
AKA murder
Fine.
her.
Fine. I'm gonna go. I don't know. Today was kind of a bust. I'm tired. I'm gonna go get ready for bed. Do you mind if I wash up in the bathroom?
Sure. Whatever.
Like I don't think anyone should like be alone. Like, what if she shows up?
Lock the door. What is she gonna do? Climb in through the window? You saw her.
I mean, you climbed out through the
Yeah,
window.
you literally climbed out the window.
And look at me. Did you see her?
Yeah.
But you
There's
still
no
have
way she's climbing through the window before I can call for help. I'll be
That's
fine.
Okay, I
And
guess.
no, you're not gonna come to the bathroom with me, okay? Weird, right?
She's totally gonna get snatched up.
Yeah, this is how like all those scary stories go.
So TJ will go into the bathroom and close the door behind her. Barb, you are making your perimeter. You get about halfway around at this point. You haven't seen or noticed anything. You haven't seen any like footprints in the grass. Nobody out and about that you've noticed.
So would halfway be like at the back of the house?
Yeah, the back of the house.
Oh, it's a fire pit.
There is a fire pit.
I feel like Ben's gonna. Actually, Ben's not leaving nobody. Mm-mm-mm.
I feel like we should close the basement up.
Yeah, I agree. And I go and close the door.
Right, you close the door to the basement.
Yak will like drag a chair on top of it.
Is the fire lit?
No, it is not, but you are more than welcome to start the fire.
No. Princess will go start the fire.
And at this point, Barb has made her way all the way around. Nothing of note.
Oh, what's the? Oh, that's the chimney.
That's the back of the chimney, yeah.
Oh, can I peer down the well before I?
Yeah. So you make your way over to the well and you look down. I'm assuming you have your light cast candle on you.
Oh,
Is
I'm gonna
that...
cast light on a pebble and throw it down.
Okay. You cast light on the pebble and you throw it down the well. I'm gonna need you to do a dexterity saving throw.
What?
7 days.
That's gonna be a 4.
Alright. So you drop your pebble into the well. You watch as the light travels down the well. You hear the plop of the stone hitting the water. You see it ripple light underneath. And then you see a burst of water shoot up the well. It's gonna grapple you and pull you down. Barb, you're gone for now. What is everybody's passive perception?
That's a great question.
It is passive.
It's 11.
10.
13.
Right, none of you notice.
Where's Barb?
You know what? I'm actually really thirsty. I'm gonna go in the kitchen and get a glass of water. So I go to the kitchen to get some water.
Right. You start pouring yourself a glass of water. And you hear the door creak as you pass through it.
No!
And then it slowly closes behind you. And you hear it click.
I
Must
run
have
to the
been
door and
wind.
I turn around. I'm like, I don't think I like that.
Ben,
You can
are
run to
you
the
like
door.
I run to the door and I open it.
You open the door. It opens.
Oh,
Ben, are you okay?
Ben, are you like okay?
yeah. The door
Your
just.
heart
The door just. Good.
calms. You catch your breath.
That was weird. Should we
I go
like,
back to grab. I go back to grab my water and I leave the kitchen.
should we like check on TJ?
And as you say her name, you hear a scream.
I run to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You hear the splashing of water, and as you're running, you throw open the door and find water dripping off the wall, splashed even more across the floor, but TJ is nowhere to be seen.
TJ, where'd you go? Hello?
Okay,
And
that's
she went out the window again.
this is officially this is too much. Like the window is still closed. There's water everywhere, and TJ is gone.
I look at the basin of water.
It looks like water.
Guys,
It's about
water.
half full at this point.
It was all the way full before, right?
Yes.
This isn't good.
I'm gonna check TJ's room. Maybe she went over there.
The door was closed,
She can close doors.
so she screamed, left the bathroom, and closed the door.
I don't know.
Where's Barb?
You
What
go
about
and check
Barb?
TJ's room and no one's there.
Okay.
Oh, I leave the bathroom too.
I hear Princess say, "Where's Barb?" And I'm like, "Ah, you're right. Where is Barb?
Timer's
Barb,
up.
TJ, Barb."
Make a charisma. Oh, make a charisma
Does it
saving
matter?
check, but you don't have to reset it right this time.
Okay. An 11.
All right.
Barb went outside, but where is she?
Let's go outside and check. And I run outside. Barb! Where are you, Barb? And I'm like
Barb.
walking around.
So you start running. The three of you start running around the house looking for Barb. Everybody, give me an investigation check.
18.
12.
All right. Yara, as you are passing the well, you notice... What was Barb wearing?
A
Clothing-wise?
bunch of like sachets and bags on her shell.
Yeah, you
Colorful
notice
headbands instead of hair.
one of her sachets has been torn. The strap has been torn, and it's hanging off the ledge of the well.
Guys, I think that's one of Barb's accessories.
Barb. Barb. Yaka look like into the well. Barb.
Does Yara put it together that they've both disappeared by water sources?
Give me an insight.
That is an 11.
Okay. So yes, she makes the connection. But is unable to piece together what that could mean in terms of mechanically in D&D.
Guys, they both disappeared right next to water.
What the hell? And I look down at the well.
Stare down to the darkness of the well.
Hold on. Barb, are you down there?
You hear your voice echoing off the stone of the well.
Yo,
Maybe it was just like a coincidence.
I don't know. This is too freaky. TJ and now Barb are missing. I don't like this.
Like, I understand that we don't know what's happening here, but this is the only lead we have, and two of us are gone.
But like, what do we do?
I think we have to call the constable, man.
I don't know. Throw something down the well.
Is there like a rock nearby?
Of course.
I'll just toss a rock in. Whoop.
You hear it hit the water. Whoop.
Hello?
Fuck, this isn't good. Did anybody see a fishing pole in this cabin?
I think there
No.
was one in the kitchen, and I run to the kitchen.
Right. You run into the kitchen, and there were some fishing poles next to the cauldron. You go to grab one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Uh... 3.
So as you reach for the fishing pole, you feel this cold, wet mass wrap around your wrist and pull you towards the cauldron.
Whoa!
Make a strength saving throw.
Sound like Cher right there. Whoa!
Whoa.
I got an 8.
All right. You try to pull back, but it slams you into the side of the cauldron, knocking you out as the world fades. The last thing you sense as your consciousness is slipping away is the wet, cold feeling of water surrounding you. Princess and Yak, you heard a clamoring in the kitchen, the sound of something bashing against metal, and the splashing of water.
This isn't good.
No. We should check that out, right?
Yeah, we should definitely check that out.
Ben?
You call into a now very quiet cabin.
Ben?
You make your way into the kitchen, and you just see water splashed everywhere. Blood dripping down the side of the cauldron.
Ben?
This is...
Yak looks into the cauldron.
Wait, Yak, don't do that.
But what? Why not?
I mean, two's a coincidence, but like three times, and blood on the cauldron. They're being pulled into the water.
But what if Ben's like in there still?
So you're gonna stick your head in?
I mean, like I was just gonna look.
Just tip it over.
Okay. Can I like pour the cauldron out on the ground?
Yeah, you push the cauldron over, spilling its contents across the floor of the kitchen. They empty out and begin to sink into the cracks between the floorboards.
Ben? I don't think he was in here.
An eerie feeling starts to wash over you as you hear this faint giggle echoing in the distance, the direction of which you cannot place. It's as if traveling through the woods everywhere. And with that, we're going to take a short break. And And on top of that, we are going to have to say goodbye to one of our players who has a prior engagement that they're going to run off to. And that is the lovely Ben Stone, played by Kai. So thank you so much for joining us this evening, Kai.
I'm so scared.
I apologize for the timing of everything, but we are going to lose Kai when we come back from the break. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will be back in 5 to 10 minutes.
Bye.
All right, welcome back, listeners. All right, we left off with the disappearance of Barb, who was noticed by nobody. Then TJ, who was noticed by everybody. And then Ben. Which brings us into the kitchen, where we have Yak and Princess Yara Nepobeb. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah, definitely.
Where they have just emptied the contents of the cauldron onto the floor of the kitchen, revealing nothing remaining in the cauldron.
Should we like dump out the reservoir in the bathroom? You think it'll help?
Yuck, I only see like two options here. We dump out every bit of water and sop it up with various rags, or we go into the water to try and figure out what happened. Personally, I'm a big fan of the former.
What do you mean go in the, like, we're standing in water now, aren't we?
You're right. Let's just dump everything out and sop it up.
Yeah, we can use like the sheets, I think. That'll probably like soak up some of it.
Yeah, agreed.
You want to join me to go dump out the other one, or should we get the sheets first?
Let's grab sheets first.
All the sheets would be like in the living room, right? Because we used them as the rope.
I mean, we can just drag this whole bear rug.
Yeah, that'll work.
Perfect.
So we'll drag the bear rug over to soak up the water.
Oh, great. I love that. So you start dragging the beer rug across the floor. You kind of fold it a bit to get it through the door into the kitchen, and you like lay it across all the water. In retrospect, not very absorptive, but it does cover up the water.
Yeah, that's pretty good, I think.
What do we do about the well?
Cover it.
Could we use the kitchen table?
Yeah, I think so. You think I can pick it? I can probably pick up the table. Yeah, that should work.
I've seen you lift, Yak. You can do it.
Yeah, so Yak will go pick up the kitchen table. Actually, he'll like knock it to the side and like break the legs off of it, because we're not gonna do those. And then just carry it out.
All right. So you smash the legs off the table, you pick it up, and you carry it out the front door over to the well.
Yeah, so I'll put it over the well. Hopefully it's big enough.
Yeah. So as you're making your way over to the well, place it over the well and you start to push it over to seal the top. And I'm gonna need you to roll initiative at this point.
Cool.
Cool.
As you feel the cable burst up into the roof of the cover of the well. I don't know what that's called, a roof, right? Yeah. It bursts up, crashing into the roof, and then thrown off onto the ground as the water itself of the well begins to reach out towards you. What were those initiatives?
17.
21.
17 and 21.
I don't like that.
What's your dex modifier for that 21?
2.
Cool. All right. It's a fight. All right, so the water bursts out, and then you're thrown back just slightly as you prepare yourself for battle. The water begins to extend and wraps out and slashes towards you. It slaps on the ground right between the two of you and then whips back up into the well. What do you do, Yak?
What's that? Is there a monster? Did I miss that?
Oh, it's here.
What is that?
It's water. Or at least it looks like water.
Cool. Yeah, I guess I don't fucking know. Is it like up out of the well still? Like
It's like kind of an
like in the well but above
appendage.
ground?
Yeah, exactly.
Yak's gonna punch it.
All right. Punch it.
Ooh, oh, hello? D&D Beyond. Please. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does not hit. So as you punch into its form, you see that this chest opens up and your blow swings in between the two sections of it. And then it slaps itself back together. Princess, what are you doing?
Princess. She holds out her hand and goes, "Oh my god, look out!" And then she sprays poison spray at it.
All right.
So it's got to make a con save.
It's gonna save.
Okay, no damage if it saves.
You see that the poison enters the water and it becomes cloudy. It has this green tint to it.
I'm just gonna scooch back here.
And then you see that two appendages shoot out from the core of the body and they grab onto the sides of the well and it begins to lift itself out of the well 2 more appendages slough down into the ground, and then it reforms into a single serpentine-like shape of tinted green water. And then it takes its whole body and whips it around at Yak. Does an 18 hit?
Oh, it absolutely does.
All right. So you are going to take 13 bludgeoning damage, and you will become grappled. It begins to reel you in.
I mean, 13 bludgeoning damage. Yak is down.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Yak, you're knocked unconscious, and Yara, you see the water weird start to pull Yak's body into the well.
Oh, that's good. That's great. Love that. She's just gonna blast it. She's gonna Eldritch blast it.
All right.
What else is she supposed to do? Does an 18 hit?
An 18 will hit.
That's great. Love that. 8.
All right. You blast a chunk of it off. You see the water spray out from the force of your Eldritch Blast, but it is still making its way back into the well with Yak's body.
That's not great. It's not great at all. I mean, that's pretty much all Yara can do
All right.
for her turn.
And with that, the water weird slips back into the well. You hear the splash of water beneath
We all float
you
down here.
in the well as they disappear.
For fuck's sake, I never wanted to go to this stupid cabin.
Do I need to make a death save?
I'll have you do that later in the next scene.
Okay.
I mean, like, she gingerly looks at the well. Like, what?
It's do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay, so you see the bottom of the well where the ripples of water are starting to fade.
I mean, she's blasting. She's blasting the bottom of the well.
You start blasting the bottom of the well, and the water starts spraying up against the sides of the well, hitting the stone. The roaring echoes the blasts spilling out of the well.
I mean, she gets tired eventually because, like, you know, you're just blasting and you're blasting. And I guess she, like, stops and stares for a bit. And then if nothing happens, she just goes back inside.
All right. You make your way back into the cabin.
She doesn't know what to do. She's sitting there like, oh my god, all those losers are dead. I'm stuck out in these fucking what are they, the middle of the woods. Like, this is literally the worst. Daddy, where are you?
This is really hard for you.
And she closes the door and she locks it. And she goes back to the kitchen and closes the door. She goes to the bedroom inside and closes the door. And closes the door. And she sits, pondering what to do next, away from any source of water. Terrified.
That's when you hear the sloshing of watery footfalls outside your door.
Okay. She's going to do something. Oh, God. So she's going to do something interesting. She is going to grab a bejeweled urn, which she keeps on her at all times.
All right.
She rolls it underneath the bed. And then she uses her Genie's Vessel bottled respite ability, and she magically vanishes and enters the urn for up to 4 hours. You can
Oh my
hear
gosh.
you can hear everything around you. And you can use a bonus action to leave. But yeah, she's hidden inside an urn underneath the bed.
Outside music begins to play. Do you want to be the final girl? Do you want to be the final girl? Do you want to be the final girl? And wait, can you like sense outside of the urn, or is it
Let
pretty
me
much
quickly-
like you go off into an oasis and you just are just ignoring everything?
Well, it's like a 20 by 20. It's a Genie's bottle, basically. It's a 20 by 20
Yeah.
like furniture. Let's see. Bottle respite. You can magically vanish the interior. Blah blah blah. You can, while inside, you can hear the area around your vessel as if you were in the space. So I can hear normal.
Okay, so you are aware of what's going on. Oh, that's creepy. So canonically, genies like hear what you're saying before you summon them. Oh, I hate that. Oh. Oh, they're basically spying on you the whole time.
Yup.
Okay, cool. So you hear the door of your room fling open, crashes against the wall. Then you hear the and then a moment of silence.
Oh my God.
Another moment of silence. It's very close. It's like it's standing at the foot of the bed. You wait with anticipation. Footsteps begin to recede. Further and further away, you hear them make their way down the hallway before you're met again with silence.
She's sitting there like with, like when people like bite a blanket or pillow when they're terrified.
Yes.
So her like Yuan Ti fangs are like sunk into this pillow. Absolutely mortified while she hides in her genie urn. And she is just distraught. So I guess she is going to wait for a bit, listen very carefully.
Okay.
Get out of the urn and run fast and far. Just out of the cabin. Goodbye.
Out of the cabin and run off into the woods.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Gorgeous.
She's worked too hard for this.
I will need you to do one roll for me.
You got it.
Which may turn into multiple rolls. But
Okay.
one roll first, and that's going to be a perception check.
13.
It looks as if the forest is shifting. You see movement in the brush as you run off away from the cabin, down the road. And then you see the trunk of a tree bend down across the road in front of you.
Son of a bitch. I mean, is it uncrossable? Is it impassable?
No, not impassable, but that's when you see bright red eyes open on the upper part of the trunk, glaring at you.
Okay, well, she holds her finger up, pointed in prime blasting position, and runs around the tree.
All right. You'll have to leave the road and run back into the forest.
Oh, God.
And for that, I'm going to need a dex save.
Okay, question. Is this a magically induced effect, or is this a physical effect?
This is a physical.
Okay. Seven.
All right. As you ditch the road and run off into the forest, you trip over a root. And as you recollect yourself, you start to notice that root is rippling. And you hear the creaking of wood coming from the road. You pick yourself up and you begin again to run away from the sound of the tree monster. Give me a survival check.
Oh. Okay. 8.
You begin to run in various directions through the woods, dipping and dodging over and under tree and root, through bush, flinging yourself through thorns, trying desperately to avoid whatever pursues you. So much so that after about 10 minutes of running, you realize you've lost track of the road. Which way was the cabin again? But still the sound of creaking wood pursues you. Make a dexterity save.
Okay. 16.
You see it out of the corner of your eye, the branch swinging for your head. You're able to duck. launching yourself into a ditch and rolling down a hill until you hit the bottom of it. You brush yourself off and you see a stream.
Shit. How ominous is this stream?
All water is ominous to you now.
Right. So she has no sense of direction at this point.
No.
She travels upstream.
All right. You start to follow the stream against the current, frantically, desperately running as fast as you can. The ground is more even here, which benefits you greatly. And because of this, start to notice the sound of creaking wood and rustling branches fades behind you. You make your way up the stream until you arrive at a lake. Across the lake, you see a small house. Some lights shining through the front window.
Hello? I need help.
The door creaks open, and an old woman greets you. Her face is kind with years, the wrinkles deep around her mouth. She's in a nightgown. She wipes the sleep from her eyes. Hello, can I help you, dear?
Yeah, so we were in a cabin, and then like these strange happenings started happening, and then there were these water incidents where my friends were sucked into water, and then there was this weird water. One might call it a water weird that came out and took my last friend, and then I ran through the woods, and I'm all lost, and I don't know what to do.
Oh, dear. Would you like me to put on a kettle?
Ma'am, I don't think you understand. Listen, I don't think you understand the magnitude of this. I was almost kidnapped. My friends were kidnapped. The water is bad.
In the morning, we can try to send aid. Do you remember where the cabin is?
The woods.
And with that, I'm going to circle back to Barb and Yak, who are gonna get a very different ending.
And TJ.
Oh, and DJ, and technically
And Ben.
Ben as well. So, let us head back to the cabin. Camera pans to the toilet and zooms in further and further and further until it is submerged. You see it travel through the piping of the toilet until it emerges out of the trunk of a tree. You find yourself, Barb, the only conscious one here.
Hey.
You find yourself in a large cavern filled with old gargantuan trees. You see off across cavern, there is a tree that glows that is slightly larger than the others. In the center of the room, you see an altar. Around it, blood smeared across the ground and bones of humanoid skeletons. The glowing tree slowly, delicately, gracefully sways. There's no breeze. The air is still and stale. Ah, dinner. You hear a voice whisper in the direction of the tree. Roll initiative. And Yak, you can also roll initiative.
Is there a map?
There is. I needed to activate it. Thank you.
Yes, I'm
That's
here.
that's a 4 for my initiative.
Oh, gorgeous. All right, and what was Yak?
Oh, a stunning 6.
Ooh, a 6. All right. So, as you hear the words, or the word dinner, you feel the ground begin to rumble as a wall of vines forms around the edge of the cavern. You see the gnarled, wispy lengths of wood creaking and swaying. What do you do, Barb?
Ain't I last?
Oh, Yak, do a death saving throw.
You're welcome, Young.
11. I'm doing great.
1 success.
And Yak is unconscious next to me.
Yes. Yak is unconscious next to you.
I'm gonna run over
Yarrow
and cure
is
wounds
not
Yak
here.
for a whole 4 health.
You see Ben's body is like hanging out of the trunk of the tree. He doesn't seem to be breathing. You're not sure if he's alive or dead.
I just keep slapping Yak across the face. Wake up! We gotta go! We gotta get out of here!
What?
All right. So you survey the room looking for an escape. Give me an investigation check.
11.
11. You scan the perimeter of the room and you find no breaks in the twisted vines. But then you notice movement towards the glowing tree as a large branch lifts up the frail, limp form of a woman's body and places her near the altar. Her spine is crooked, her arms long, talons extending a foot beyond the tips of her fingers, and long white hair dragging on the ground. She reaches out a hand towards you and begins to walk your direction. Yak, what do you do?
Is this that same old bitch from before?
No, this is another old bitch.
Yeah, Yak, having just been healed, is gonna be like, oh god, what's going on? Where are we? Okay, and he's gonna look at the tree that we're standing at. Let's see if he can, like, figure out, like, how did we get here from the water?
Yeah,
Like, is
give
the tree...
me an Arcana check.
Sure, I'm really good at that, you know? Yak's never been better at 13.
Oh,
Honestly,
a 13.
impressive.
As you look at Ben, you notice that his body is hanging out of a hole in the tree. And honestly, what would probably be a little bit more canonical is if he's hanging from this tree over in the blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about my
and
really cool
behind him, you see that the trunk is dull. It's dark inside. As you look behind you at your tree, you see that the hole is sealing, but a faint yellow glow emanates from within.
Can I, like, grab it? Like it's elevator doors?
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Oh, I'm actually good at that one. Let's see. 16.
A 16. So you begin to pry it open. That will be one of 3 successes needed to get it open wide enough for you to step back through.
Great. Barb, I'm just gonna try to open this up. I think we gotta go back. I don't want to be here.
Me neither.
What would you
Yes,
like to
that's
do,
fine.
Barb?
Yeah.
Gosh. I guess I'll buy us time.
I guess I'll buy us time. You're so funny.
I'll shoot that
I
bitch.
love to play with my food.
Oh, actually, no. I'm gonna summon a bonfire beneath her feet. She has to make an X save.
Right?
I take one of my red vials and I throw it.
I roll
Flavor-wise.
6.
All right, so she's gonna take the D8 of damage, and she takes a whopping one fire damage.
Yeah.
Uh,
She You create the bonfire, and she just goes. "Ah!" She singes the bottom of her dress, and she starts freaking out. You see, she's like flailing her arms, and she's like patting her dress, and then she points a long, gnarly fingernail at you. Anything else you would like to do with your turn?
Nope. That is it.
Gorgeous. I would like you to do a wisdom saving throw. Also, can you do a charisma saving throw?
What? Okay, let's do wisdom first. God damn it. Should have used that on... so 18 for wisdom. And a 7 for charisma.
Alright. So, she points that gnarly finger at you and she goes, "You, my dear. You've let everyone down. And they'll forget about you for it." You cast Vicious Mockery, which you pass. So you take no damage. But as this happens, you feel your right hand begin to lock up. It starts to contort. You feel the creaking of your bones as it begins to convulse and attempt to make its way out of its skin prison. It jolts up towards your throat and grabs you around the neck.
Oh, hand, is that you?
Does a 14 hit?
It doesn't.
Alright. So it hits the shell around your neck and clamps down on it, squeezing the shell. You try to pull your hand away, but it is clamped down tight. You are down an arm for this round.
Alright,
Yuck.
alright, alright.
Make a strength saving throw, or athletics check, sorry, in order to pry open that tree.
Let's go. That's a 24.
What?
All right, 2 successes, 1 more, and you'll be able to pop on through. Barb.
Oh, does the hag not go?
She cast Vicious Mockery.
Oh,
failed.
I'm dumb. Yes, that's right. Well, if she didn't move after casting Vicious Mockery, she would have had to do another dex save if she's just standing on the bonfire that's there.
Oh, she moves. Yeah, she's
Okay.
terrified of it and, like, runs away. She, like, flails and, like, pats herself down and is, like, terrified of it.
Alright, let's summon another fire. So I feel like visually Barb is biting her one hand that's on the shell, and then also casting bonfire with the other hand. So DC 13
right.
dex save.
I'm gonna have you make it with disadvantage.
Oh,
Oh, wait, but it's a dex save.
how does that work?
So never mind.
You mix it with advantage.
With saves, it doesn't have an effect. Those types of things will never have effects. She is gonna get a 4.
Nice.
Yeah, come on. That's another whopping 1 fire damage.
No.
Rid of this fucking dice.
Again, she screeches and flees, so I think she's just like running around this away from the fire, trying to avoid it at all costs. It's kind of affecting her concentration.
Ooh.
As you've noticed that she's done very little since you started. Enough! She throws her hands down to the side, and she is going to take her arms and throw them across her body out into the air. You see a faint shimmer as she fades away and disappears.
All right.
Yuck.
Yeah, here we go. One more, baby. 15.
Why is the game master
15
measuring?
will do it. A 15 will do it, so you pry open that tree wide enough for you to step through, but you know that you have to hold it open for Barb. What do you do?
Yak would shout over to Barb. I got it. You gotta jump through. I can't hold it for that long.
I'm coming.
And he would just hold it while he waited for her.
All right, Barb. It's your turn.
I run to the tree and I jump in the hole.
You just, no questions
No
asked.
hesitation.
You jump through the hole and you find yourself flying through this timey-wimey bullshit. Which brings us to... Does a 21 hit you?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. You're going to take 17 slashing damage across your back as you see, as you're like whipped around by the force of it. The last thing you see is her horrendous face, that green, crunchy skin covered in boils and cracks, blood around her mouth, sharp, pointy teeth, piercing yellow eyes, the slits sideways. And then the world fades to black. Barb. You feel your body ripped back and forth, flung through this narrowing tunnel until you're spit out on the other side. Just by the well. And the night falls silent.
Fuck.
Jeez.
I guess I would pick myself up and like wait a few moments for Yak to come through.
You wait. The crickets chirp in the background. Hear a rolling wave of cicadas. An owl hoot. Yak does not arrive.
Well, looks like I get Princess all to myself. And she's gonna walk away. Princess!
You call out. Silence.
I guess I would explore the cabin, just make sure she's not in there.
Search for Princess. You find yourself alone. Very alone on this chilling, quiet night deep in the forest. Nobody knows you're here.
Well, I'm gonna go to Yak's bed and grab that clockwork mannequin leg that I left there earlier, and I'm gonna hit the road.
Is Barb's hand still possessed?
Oh yeah, is my hand still possessed?
I forgot about that.
Oh,
Make another charisma save, I guess.
17.
All right, your hand has released at this point, but you can feel it quivering. You begin to walk down the road, putting the events of today behind you. Night. You walk into the silence of the woods, hoping, not knowing. And that's where we're going to end the session.
wow.
I mean, so epilogue, like, you get out. You eventually meet up with Princess Yara and Appa Babe.
Full
You do
name.
eventually find each other. And you never hear of Yak or Ben ever again.
What about TJ?
Or TJ.
Well, that's not much of a
Rip.
loss.
NPCs, I totally remember they exist when I'm done with an adventure. Yeah. 2 of you survived. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Sorry, Jeff.
Sorry,
I really wanted my corpse to come through.
That
That was so much damage that I
was...
was instant dead.
Oh.
So I wanted my corpse to-
dead.
Yeah,
Oh
it was
my
more than twice
gosh.
my hit points. I only had 8, and I only had 3 right now. So
Oh
Jeez.
my gosh.
When you said that damage total, I was just like,
Yes. So for you and the listeners, I believe that the way they recommend balancing on this is actually, they suggest levels 1 through 5 depending on how deadly you want it to feel. So obviously I went with level 1 to be like, y'all probably won't survive because I wanted to feel like a true horror film.
Mission
The 2 of you
accomplished.
surviving is really impressive. Especially since one of you all had to leave early. That's so amazing.
2 final girls, baby.
2
Final
final
girls.
girls. Oh my gosh, yes. And it is the femmes of the group that survived, which is wonderful. All right, I am going to outro us out, and yeah, let's do that. So, as we conclude this journey through the shadows and secrets of today's tale in Kitschy Shop for Eclectic Curiosities, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you guests and ghouls who joined us today. Your curiosity and enthusiasm make this peculiar realm come to life. Remember, the darkness never sleeps. But our doors are always open to those brave enough to explore. We couldn't do it without your support. A special thank you to our generous patrons, JCH, Chris B, and Maggie Z, whose unwavering support keeps the candles burning bright here at Goblin Forge. Before we bid you farewell, remember to follow us and stay updated on our future journeys into the unknown. This playcast is a Goblin Forge production. If you enjoyed what you experienced today, follow us on Instagram at goblin_forge_TTRPG, at goblin_forge on TikTok, or join our Discord community. You can find all of those links in our About Us section. If you haven't already, be sure to share the mysteries of Kitschy Shop with your friends and fellow seekers of the supernatural. Until we meet again, may the mysteries of this world continue to intrigue your mind and awaken your sense of wonder. Stay curious, stay daring, and always embrace the darkness. Bye!